Welcome back, everybody. Eric here with Iraq Veteran 8888. Today is an awesome day because we get to test body armor. These are my most absolute favorite videos that we do here on the channel. I love testing armor. There's something about throwing a fast object at a stationary object and seeing if that object goes through that object. It's just something cool about it, and I can't wait to get into it. We're going to be testing out the Safe Life Defense FRAS armor, or flexible rifle armor system. Basically, you wear it just like you would soft armor, except it's rated for some substantial rifle threats. I mean, they're saying this stuff can stop M855, M67, etc. So we are going to be lobbing some pretty substantial threats at this armor. And there's also a considerable amount of side protections. It wraps around really well. So this armor is really initially was intended for patrol officers, soldiers, undercover folks that need to have rifle protection, but in a concealable form. But lots of people all around the United States and all around the world have employed this type of armor because you get the rifle protection, but with being able to wear it like soft armor. Now, granted, it's a little heavier than your standard soft armor. They do offer a level 3A plus soft armor, which is rated for handgun threats. And if you use it in conjunction with their plate, you get level 4 protection. So that's pretty awesome to know that you can definitely get either of these flexible types of armor up to level 4 protection. We've also got a really great anatomically correct ballistics gel torso here. This comes from Ballistic Dummy Lab. And these guys make these awesome torsos here that have bone medium, synthetic organs, also a blood medium in here. Now, this is not a human. This is our friend Roscoe the alien, and he has landed on the wrong planet, and he agreed to do this body armor test. He has blue blood. So if we see any blue goo oozing out of here, we'll know that he has, experienced some injury. So this is going to allow us to see what is happening to the bones, the organs, if we're getting any type of bleeding, internal bleeding, as a result of this armor being struck with these projectiles. We're going to go down the list of projectiles that they've tested, and then we might sling some stuff at this that might be a little bit worse. Let's do it. All right, guys, so the testing protocol was that each of the rounds that we're going to shoot here today, the armor was able to stop 8 of the rounds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 2 of each round, and it'll end up being 8 or more by the time we're done. And we're going to throw a bunch of different threats at it. This is a 20-inch M16A2, and we're shooting Triple G Lithuanian 62 grain M855 at full military pressure. This is a full 62 grain combat load out of a full-length AR from 8 feet. All right, here we go, 2 of them. All right, we'll see what happened. Okay, guys, not really the result I wanted on the first go around on this video. It's not the armor's fault. I actually didn't hit the armor. I missed just the top of the armor because I was wearing that face shield. I think I'm not gonna wear that for the next one. And I actually hit the torso, which is fine because we can actually show what a 5.56 does to poor Roscoe here. But I shot higher than I wanted to, and we did not hit the armor. So we're gonna show again, but to give you an idea, not good. Not a good day for our torso. And we see the other round hit up here. That was totally not the intended, didn't want to shoot there. Man, but look at that. Bone coming out of the wound. Very, very bad day. All right, we're gonna go ahead and reshoot the test, and I'm gonna hit the armor this time. But at least this does give us a baseline to know what happens when you're shot at 8 feet away with 62 grain M855 out of a 20-inch long gun. All right, let's aim down the sights and actually shoot what we need to shoot here. All right, 2 in the armor. Roscoe the alien is having a terrible day so far. This test is not starting out the way I wanted it to, but that is totally my fault. Nothing the dummy or the armor did. All right, 2 in the armor. 20-inch AR from 8 feet away with M855. This is a very bad day. All right, that gives us a much better idea right there. All right, it's amazing what sights can do, boys and girls, okay? That's okay, we learned our lesson. It's actually kind of cool to see that baseline though, of that 5.56 clipping the top here and actually, you know, going through the torso. We got 2 solid impacts right here on the plate. Okay, we're gonna peel it back. It captured him just fine. You can feel him kind of poking through just like you do on any soft armor that's been shot. No damage. We got our shot from earlier, but that was from earlier. I mean, that was right there in the breastplate. You can see the bones are intact. Nothing's broken. Nothing is ruptured. We live to fight another day with M855 from 8 feet. All right, this time we're gonna test 55 grain ammunition out of the same 20-inch M16A2. All right, I'm gonna put these shots above the other 2, okay? All right, couple of good connections right there in the armor. And guys, we are gonna test the side capabilities of the side armor as well. Let's go check it out and see what the 55s did. All right, 55s, right there, 62s, 55s. All right, pal. I know it's been a rough day. Okay, here we go. Whoo! That hurt, okay? They didn't get through, but you are definitely having a very bad day. I don't know, there's a little bit of entry right there on the gel. Look at that. I mean, there's no projectile in there, but there's a cut. Look at that fabric. I don't know, that 55's moving out of that 20-inch barrel. I mean, it stopped it. I don't think you would, you wouldn't be taking a trip to the morgue, but you definitely need to go seek help. But I think the clear distinction here that we have to make as well is that this is flexible armor that's rated for rifle rounds. So you're definitely a step above just standard 3A soft body armor. I mean, if someone shot at you from 8 feet with any of these threats that we're throwing at this armor, it would defeat it instantly when it comes to a level 3A. So pretty impressive, especially in conjunction with the hard plate. No issues at all. You know, maybe a trauma pad up underneath would be probably a good thing to have in addition to this. Okay, all right, we're gonna launch some Hugo M67 ammunition out of an SKS. I wanna make a quick observation. One of the reasons that the FRAS armor was developed was for, you know, a lot of officers were coming in contact with people that were armed with, you know, AK pistols, AR pistols, short-barreled pistols that fire rifle rounds, and they wanted soft armor that could, you know, stand up to a rifle threat. And you got to think that is a 20-inch barrel, and at 8 feet away, that's certainly a nasty threat. I think you've definitely come out of that alive. It may be uncomfortable, but you're going to be alive, okay? M67 out of the longest barrel that we have available out of this SKS. A little longer than a standard, you know, AK-47 barrel, so we're getting a little more velocity here. And M67 is generally regarded as one of the best AK-47 rounds there is. So this is a pretty substantial threat, especially from 8 feet. Okay, here we go. I feel like we have to deploy the bayonet for this. What do you think? Why don't we do that? All right, now we're testing. Let's see. Okay. Woo! Didn't look fun. Let's see if it stopped it. M67, M855, 193. All right, pal. I know it sucks. Let's have a look. He's like, it sucks. You shot me in the chest on the first try. Okay, here we go. The big reveal. Okay, that's not surprising, guys. Not surprising. Out of all 3 rounds that we've tested so far, the M67 is the lowest velocity threat. Now it's still a substantial bullet. It's still a lot of kinetic energy, but this armor shrugged that particular round off with no issues whatsoever. So we're good to go. No damaged bones, looking good there. No bleeding organs, looking good there. All right, we're gonna step up to a couple of other things. Let's try a handgun threat, but not just any handgun. This is the FK Brno Psd, all right, and this is in 7.5 FK. Now this particular round right here, this 95 grain copper solid, will penetrate level 3A armor at 100 yards. We're at 8 feet. So now I know this isn't trumping the speed of like 5.56, but this is a very, very, very capable pistol round. Here we go. This represents what would have to be the worst day ever. And it's worth mentioning that if you weren't wearing armor and you got shot with this handgun this close, it would be probably the end. You're not gonna be walking away from it. Okay, FK Brno 7.5, I'm gonna put a couple right in the center here. I'm gonna go low and then work my way up. Woo! I saw that armor, or that torso, you know, you could really see that energy transferring through the torso. So even though I feel like the armor stopped it, it's still gonna be interesting to see if it was able to even come close to making it through. That's a substantial threat. Let's have a look. I don't know what I can say, guys, except let's just look. 7.5 FK Brno pistol, 95 grain copper. Live to fight another day. You can feel it where it caught right in there. Look at that, right there. There they are. Yeah, again, look. And I wonder if it was just because this breastplate is so close to the outside of the torso. It kind of cut right there. But, ooh, the bone is broken. Look at that. That rib is broken. Ooh, look at that. That's broken. Look at that. That's a lot of energy, guys. Wow. It stopped it. But I guess that energy getting through there, that's interesting. All right, we're gonna test the side of the armor as promised. We're gonna use 55 grain since that's a pretty substantial threat out of a 20-inch barrel, 8 feet away. This is a bad day. And look, I'm also gonna try to shoot relatively close to the edge of the armor on the side. It would probably be the weakest point and give the most chance for it to slip past the armor. Well, you know what I mean, or like find a potential edge of the armor, okay? It's like a good shot there. Okay, let's have a look. Well, I'll tell you, I would have never believed it if I didn't see it. Okay, got a shot right here, look at that. Okay, we're gonna peel it back. Look at that. Good to go. Not a problem at all on the side there. So that's a lot of protection, the way that this armor completely covers your body. So that's one benefit that you get over hard plates as well. So a hard plate, in terms of being a level 3A rated armor, is only gonna be good for where the plate is. It doesn't protect the sides. So you do get a little bit of a weight increase with this armor, but you also get the side protection. So that's pretty freaking impressive. All right, guys, a couple of observations. One, you cannot escape kinetic energy. Even if the armor in question has stopped every single threat, which it did, not a single bit of that projectile made it through. But there's no such thing as a free lunch in physics, right? So that FK still caused a considerable amount of trauma. Soft armor should always be treated in that type of a way, okay? Whether it is a level 3A or level 3, we've done a lot of body armor testing, and we've always shown that that kinetic energy is no joke. And it's really interesting that this Ballistics Gel Torso is teaching us some stuff. All right, now I know that this shotgun slug is not going to penetrate this armor, but I want you to see how much trauma is going to get caused to that torso You can't shrug off physics. No such thing as a free lunch. This is probably one of the most heinous threats we could possibly shoot out of a shotgun. This is the Brno Black Magic with the bear on the box. This is a bear slug. So all the guides in Alaska carry this slug as a last line of defense against dangerous animals, okay? So I'm only gonna shoot one, but I wanna demonstrate. So what I'll do this time, I'll shoot a little lower and we'll see if we get any disruption of the organs or anything like that going on. So, oh my God, I'm so anxious about this. Because at the end of the video, we're gonna shoot one of these slugs through the torso with no armor on. Oh. All right, guys, when it comes to defeating body armor, velocity is the name of the game, okay? But when you get something moving fast and it's heavy, you're talking about a tremendous amount of energy. We just shot a slug at this armor that has 3,000 foot-pounds of energy at the muzzle. It's moving right around 1,500 feet per second at the muzzle. So you're talking a considerable amount of energy. So the question is, okay, this soft armor will stop rifle threats. Will it stop a shotgun slug? Let's have a look. Oh man, and I'm gonna tell you, if it did stop it, you're gonna have a bad day. Still. Oh my, okay. So look, the slug did not make it through, but it hit with such a visceral energy. Look at it tearing the fabric away like this. Because what's happening is there's a visceral expansion and these fibers within this armor stretch to catch that projectile. Because that projectile has so much surface area, it's pulling those fibers through and it's still pushing through into the intended target a bit, but it's catching it and then kind of has not maybe like an elastic type property that's kind of pulling it back. So it still may injure you. All right, so is Roscoe injured? Well, it looks like he is. He's still gonna need a trip to the hospital. Look here. Internal bleeding. That's fresh, that's a fresh spot right there where we got blood coming out of this organ. And this bone, look, I can push it. I'm just gonna poke my finger through. I can push it. Look at his chest cavity. I mean, that bone is separated. So now, here's the thing. If you got shot with that slug wearing no armor, you would definitely be out of here. You would have no chance. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. Don't call the ambulance, call the morgue. This guy's that particular situation, you're calling the ambulance. He's still got a chance. You can save this person. And it puts you ahead in the fight, one step ahead of the curve, right? Shotgun slugs are tremendously, tremendously powerful. And you're talking 8 feet away, that's a considerable threat. You're still gonna be feeling it, it's still gonna hurt, but you're gonna live to fight another day. And with our modern medical science, you're gonna survive that, but you're definitely gonna have a story to tell about it. And hopefully it puts you close enough over the edge to come out on top still. So this armor is extremely impressive. It is stopping threats that I would only associate with hard plates. I would have never thought that I would see soft armor stop this kind of stuff. That FK Brno is a pretty nasty threat in terms of a handgun. You saw that it's still a lot of energy to stop. Okay, it's a high velocity pistol cartridge. The shotgun slug, definitely a little bit outside of the wheelhouse of the original testing of this armor. All the rifle threats, out of all of those that we tested, the 55 grain surprised me the most. Now, it would sting. It would certainly hurt, but if you're a patrol officer or undercover security guard or detective, or you're doing personal security detail work or something like that, this is certainly going to give you an edge over anyone trying to hurt you or your clients or anything like that. All right, guys, we're gonna show you in this shot why it's important to wear body armor, okay? Now, granted, some of the kinetic energy that we developed here with some of these rounds was considerable, especially the shotgun round. I mean, the FK Brno was definitely no joke, but you might require a little medical attention, but you're gonna have a fighting chance. This, you're definitely not having a fighting chance. This is what happens when you don't wear armor and a guy turns around the corner and 8 feet away, you take a Brno Black Magic to the chest. Okay, I've got 2 of them. If he stays in place, I'm gonna hit him twice. Center mass in the chest. Whew. All right, here we go. Sorry, Roscoe. We gotta do this for science. Woo! Look at that low gut shot. That's a bad day, and I bet that slug penetrated all the way through and drew bone out and everything. You know, these slugs are designed for hunting big game and for protecting yourself against dangerous animals. It's a very unpleasant day. Well, I know what gun that I'm gonna have if there's ever an alien invasion. Okay, so that's certainly something to consider. But look at the fragments of bone all over the place. All around us, there's fragments of bone where, you know, that breastplate there just blew right apart, went all the way out the back of the wound, drew the spine out of the back of the wound, broke the spine. So definitely a very, very bad day here, okay? Now I went ahead and shot low, and of course went right through the guts right there, all the way through the entire torso and through the wood behind it. I'm telling you, you're in for a bad, bad day if you're not wearing body armor. That should be a definite case for body armor. You know, it's one thing to take a trip to the hospital, it's another thing to take a trip to the morgue. Definitely want to take a moment to thank all of our viewers who support us, those of you who purchase man cans, all of the other paraphernalia there on the website. Also, check out our links in the description box below. You can get yourself a discount with Ballistic Dummy Labs or with Safe Life if you're looking to get yourself some rifle rated soft armor or any of the other armor they provide. Check it out. They're good people, really good folks. Thank you very much. Ooh, bad day there. Have a good one.